those of you who don't know, I'm a huge fan of food, and thus I watch Food Network literally all the time. And one of my favorite programs is their Tournament of Champions, because I love watching chefs compete head-to-head, like legitimately amazing chefs compete head-to-head, and the way they're able to think on their feet is insane to me, and I love it. I could watch it forever. And so I thought, I watched this person win the most recent Tournament of Champions, Tournament of Champions 3, and she's from right here in Boston. So I figured I had to bring on Tiffani Faison, the Tournament of Champions 3 winner on Food Network. She's also a judge on Chopped and Guys Grocery Games, the chef owner of Big Heart Hospitality. She has like 7 restaurants in the city, some of which you may know. Greg, you may have frequented at some point or another.
Sweet Cheeks.
Sweet Cheeks.
Fantastic restaurant. I will save my questions till the end. Because you can start, but Wiggy
Shime is the winner of the 5-question guest host person that we've brought in.
Well, we're not done with it yet. What do you mean he's a
You don't even, because she brought
my heart.
The biscuits.
Yeah.
These are your mama's biscuits.
These biscuits smell amazing, taste even better.
Oh, yeah.
They are.
Mark Wahlberg didn't give us no biscuits.
So Wiggy got Mark Wahlberg for his 5 questions, and you're better because of the biscuits. You see how?
I mean, I'm better for other reasons.
Hands down.
What do they say? The way to a person's heart is through their stomach.
Yep.
Through their stomach.
And the butter just makes them.
Extra butter.
You
gotta
what
go
kind
extra
of butter is
Honey
this?
butter.
I knew there was something in the butter.
Yep. We put all kinds of stuff in there. It's not just honey.
All right, Shime, go ahead.
Well, I figure we talk about food all the time on this program. We needed to get an expert in the business in here. So, Tiffani, my first question for you is, what inspired you to become a chef? Like, how did you end up on this path?
Woo! Total accident. I had no desire. I hadn't even thought about being a chef. I had worked front of the house since I was 14 in restaurants. And actually 9/11 happened, and I was like managing the Ritz-Carlton here in Boston. I was terrible at it. It was really, really bad. I was super young, in over my head. And I ended up like I left the Ritz-Carlton and wanted to just bartend and hang out. And I applied at Todd English's Bonfire. They had hired everyone. All they had was like a busser position. And I was like, sure, I'll take it. I had just moved to the city in May. It's like October. And I was like, oh, I'll just, whatever. I wasn't psyched about taking a busser position, busser to runner to expo. And then I started watching the kitchen and just said, can I learn? I would love to tell you that like it was like fish to water. It was not. It was awful, like really, really bad.
Oh, that gives me hope.
Oh yeah. I had no like innate like instinct or ability in the kitchen. I remember one of my chefs saying like, how do you like standing across me watching me in horror and saying like, how do you not know how to cut an onion? And I was like, well, how would I? Like jerk. I asked for the job. So yeah, I started taking it really seriously because I just was so bad at it that I was like, okay, either get better or get out. And so
speaking of getting better, we have one among us who recently went to prepare a bagel here. And the Boston Fire Department had to be called to the scene.
Yeah, it's me.
When Courtney.
It was a toaster oven instead of a toaster.
I
I assumed that it was on some type of timer and it was just going to shut down once it was ready. Unfortunately, not the case. Learned it the hard way.
House on fire.
Yeah.
I used to live next to a firehouse in JP. Not the same story, but anytime I would cook a steak in my house because I need to like get a really high heat in a cast iron pan, I would open up my windows. It didn't matter. It would still set like the fire alarm off in my building. And they had to come over and turn the alarm off for the entire building. And they would literally just knock on the door and like give me this look. They knew it was me every time. So yeah.
All right, second question, Shime.
Yeah, my second question is, do you have a favorite dish that you just love to make, whether it's because it has a special memory attached to it or it's just your favorite to eat, it's a good comfort food? Do you have one particular dish that you would consider your favorite?
That's such a great question. It really comes to seasonality and what's like, I know this sounds so chefy and dumb and like expected, but it really does come to like great ingredients and what you can kind of keep simple for them when I'm cooking at home. So whether it's like broiled tomatoes in the summer with like a little bit of, I literally take tomatoes, put mayonnaise and breadcrumbs and herbs all over it and just like
You
put
had
it
me
in
at
the oven.
mayonnaise.
Yep. I'm a
Greg's known for his extra mayonnaise.
Yeah, I'm a freak for mayo.
Same.
Yeah, just keeping things really simple. Like, I love doing, every 4th of July, I have a little place in P-Town and I do like a big taco spread. So I love doing that. I don't know. I really like cooking for the people that I'm around. So I think I tailor what I'm cooking to what they want.
What's the hardest food to cook? Like from a genre perspective, like is barbecue hard to do?
It's hard to keep consistent. Yeah. The game with barbecue is consistency, right? It's like getting the smoke right and then getting that really consistent. So it's not that hard, but technically it's pretty difficult.
What's a home tip for grilling? Like because barbecue season is here finally.
Leave it alone. Like
Leave it
stop
alone.
messing with it. This is why women are better grillers because we can just leave stuff alone.
So don't
Walk away
flip
first.
it all the time.
No,
Like,
Really?
You are not cooking the food. The grill is cooking the food. Remember that.
No gas. Ain't
Yeah,
that
yeah,
the
you
big
can
thing,
use
right?
gas.
If I
That's okay.
I
That's
find
okay.
myself like with a steak on the grill or
Yeah.
something, always wanting to flip
Stop
it and
touching the steak.
because of the juice, like
All of it. So you want more contact. You want that steak or whatever, the protein or even vegetable that you're cooking to get really great grill marks. Caramelization, the Maillard process is what we call it. That's the crust on the outside of the steak that makes that thing really, really craveable, picks up the flavor of the grill and the smoke and that sort of thing. It doesn't do that if you're playing like, hokey pokey with it. Just leave it alone.
I just realized that she's a great guest because she can settle multiple food debates that we have on this.
Yes.
Let's go.
Oh, we have so
Is-
many.
Should it be a crime for one to order a steak anything other than rare?
Here's the thing. I'm going to say this right now. Steak, wine, here's the thing. Order what you want, how you want it. Period. End of story.
Thank you.
I liked you from.
Live
Thank
your
I
life.
liked you early on in this.
Just
Yeah, you
order
can't
what
have
like.
a
How
well
can
done
anybody
steak.
order a well done steak?
I don't enjoy a well done steak. Having
I
said
like
that,
it more well done.
If someone likes a well done steak, they're frankly, Courtney, you're paying the same amount of money as Jermaine is paying.
Yeah.
It's
So just
fine.
order it. It's
Just
fine.
order it.
It's like a slap. I feel like it's a slap in the face. If you're ordering a well done steak and I'm the chef, I'm coming out there and hitting you in the back of the head.
Look, my ego's not that fragile. It's fine. You're definitely slapping the cow in the face, Courtney.
You're-
But me, I'm fine.
By the way, you're talking to a guy who penalizes the server
What?
when it comes to tip if the kitchen doesn't
Excuse?
prepare.
Can
Yes,
you? What?
I kind of
back
put
it
you.
up. Back it up.
Hey,
What?
listen, I put you guys all in this. It's like, you know what? I criticize the coach if the guys on the field don't play well. Vice versa.
Yeah, but you're calling to play.
Well, no. I'm just saying I put everybody. When I go into a restaurant, I want great service because if I get great service, guess
Get
what?
it?
You get
his
it.
food
You get a
is
great
not-
tip.
If his food doesn't come the way he
No,
thinks
no,
it
no.
should, he penalizes the
It is
server
not
on
the
that.
server's fault. The
Correct.
kitchen
But-
screws up sometimes.
But the server, I feel like, is the extension, is the middleman to the kitchen.
They're
Because
the
I can't.
salesperson for the kitchen. Absolutely, they're not responsible for everything.
Well, I mean, you know what?
Thank you,
It's
Tiffany.
one massive team.
Question 3, Shime.
Yeah, so you talked about the difficulty of working in a kitchen. Back to your Tournament of Champions win.
Yes,
In
let's talk
one
about that.
in one of your battles, you took a chitara, which is normally used to make pasta, and like put grooves in pasta, and you tossed it on a grill and lit it on fire to then cook on top of it. How on earth did you ever come to that conclusion in how to do that? Because I
Did you win
never
for
would have
that?
thought of that.
Is that what? Is that what?
You have to win every round, or else you don't win the
okay.
whole thing. But yeah, I won, but I didn't win for that. I'll tell you
Okay.
that. The guitarra, I was really. It's so interesting because there's so many other like equipment things that have been thrown at me that are arguably harder. I've worked with the guitarra before. I know what it is. It just didn't fit in my brain for this challenge, and I thought, I could like use it as like a cedar plank and kind of smoke these peppers. And then I knew that I couldn't. I think, honestly. In hindsight, I don't know if I knew I was doing it at the time, but I think I was just buying myself time to figure out how to use this guitar.
Are those things the way we see them? Like, do they happen? Those kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
they are.
Oh, yeah.
Everything- like everything's legit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
hard. It's
It's
really, really,
really
hard.
hard.
Like
Yeah,
it's like
under
boom,
pressure.
boom, boom. They land
Yeah.
and you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Courtney,
that
what?
randomizer is wild.
Well, I was going to try to figure out another debate that we've had on this show that was heated, and it surrounds Asian food.
Okay.
When you're thinking of a chicken dish that's general something,
You've already said. I already admitted I was wrong about
General.
that. General.
Do you want me to say it?
Yes.
General Sows.
If like, yeah, she already
thank
won.
you.
Yes, you
I
already
said
Thank
it
you.
was General Gauss.
And I got
heated. It's
ridiculed.
yeah. I thought it was General Gauss.
General Sow.
Is that a different thing, General Gauss?
Wow.
Oh, I just
It's
pronounced.
like pad grapao. Like there's different ways to say it and do it. It's actually a Chinese American dish, so I don't think there's like one way to do it. There's this woman, Jennifer Aitley, who has done this incredible TED Talk on like the history of American Chinese food, and she digs into General Sows. It's worth
Oh,
your
I
time.
got a question off
yes,
of that
yes.
because I always
I feel
find,
so good.
No, I always find this to be interesting. My wife is a huge fan of like Chopped
Yep.
and all those shows on Food Network. How much studying of food do you like have to do afterwards? Because it seems like every chef knows something about whatever ingredients it is, and I always find that to be like super impressive that chefs know everything about almost every, even though they might haven't used it before, they go, oh, I know exactly what this is.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's why the job is hard to get, right? You have to know a lot about what you're talking about. And we have a lot of guest judges that come on the show that are lovely, but, don't necessarily like hold their weight. And so, yeah, they don't hang out for long. And we go through it, I don't say we go through people, but you can tell who has the reps cooking and who really understands what they're talking about, ingredients wise, technique wise, can call what they see, understand what's happening right in front of them. So, yeah, it's why the job is hard to get. Like, it's not everyone can do it. So, and I think we're naturally like just students of it. We're all really curious about all of the
passionate
things.
about it,
yeah,
right?
it's
Or
like
else
you
you wouldn't
talking
do it.
about sports, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's hard to pull a sport out that you guys don't know something about or aren't attracted or drawn to it and can speak to it in some way.
Shime?
So, as a resident of this beautiful city, do you have a favorite team in town?
Team. Okay, because I was going to... Okay, go ahead.
And you're going to ask about restaurants.
Yeah, I am, yeah, and you're going to have to answer. I don't care who your friends are.
I mean, I live across from Fenway Park. My restaurants are all there, so it has to be the Red Sox.
As Red Sox favorite team, what is your favorite restaurant in the city besides your own? If you had to name one.
I love...
Nope, just one.
No.
Yes.
I refuse. Then you get nothing.
Top three?
Top three, okay.
Top three. All right, top three.
Sarma, Salty Girl.
Oh, I love salty.
So good.
Peach Farm.
Peach
Farm?
Farm?
In Chinatown.
Where's that?
You guys.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Fantastic.
man.
All right, good.
So
Is
good.
that
Is
show
those
outing?
big though?
Yes.
Like, what about like the mom and pops, the places?
Peach Farm is a mom and
Okay,
pop.
all right.
Salty Girl's owned by like one family. It's owned by one woman and her husband. Sarma's owned by like Anna, Sortun, Cassie, Prima. Yeah. They're all independent restaurants.
All right, final question, Chime.
No, that's all I
done?
have. Yeah,
Whoa,
if you guys
wow.
have any extra questions, please feel free.
I would ask you if mushrooms belong on a chicken parm sandwich.
No.
Thank you.
Hard
Okay.
no.
Clearly, you haven't had the
I
Wiggy special.
am 2 for 2
The
when it
Wiggy
comes
parm.
to
Yeah.
you and your ridiculous
No,
food
no.
takes.
What do you got?
How do you feel about bar pizza?
I love bar pizza.
Oh, 3
love
for
bar
3.
pizza.
Now wait a second.
Exposing
When
the
The Galway
room
House
over
in
here.
JP
When you-
after 11 has great bar
exposing
pizza.
somebody
when
with
you
zero
moved to the
taste.
city, what part were you? North Shore, South Shore?
When I moved to the city, Eastie.
Okay, so
I
there's
lived
no,
right next to Santar.
There's no bar pizza in
You're right.
Eastie.
That doesn't
That's
mean I don't
Elio's
love it.
Pizza.
That doesn't mean I don't love it.
Are
Hoopsies on the South Shore.
Are roast beef
Oopsies is the
sandwiches
best.
considered a Greek delicacy?
Oh, that's a trick question, Courtney. You know that. No.
They were brought to us by a Greek people, though.
Who brought us the three-way?
I don't know, some Greek family. As a
This is what we have to deal with.
no.
You
As an
guys.
Eastie kid who grew
Wait,
up.
you grew up in Eastie?
I grew up in Eastie.
Okay.
Who grew up on sauce and cheese roast beefs.
All right.
They were introduced to us from Greek people,
Which people? Which family?
I don't know.
Since
which
you know your
family.
history, I'm
No, I
just
don't know the history of it. But
going
I
to
just,
the origin story.
I just know, like, as a Riley's roast beef, which was originally, or Royals,
Yep.
or Beachmart.
Yep.
Those people who don't kind of eat that don't know about it.
Yeah, no, it's true.
So, and as Eastie, and another thing with the mushrooms and the gravy.
Oh, you're coming for me now.
Yeah.
Greg, what'd you do to me?
It's
What
just
is
he's
happening?
ridiculous with his
Well,
takes.
no. My grandmother
I'm
was straight.
sinking
well,
below
she
the
was,
microphone.
my grandmother was
I'm a
straight
little
off the
afraid.
boat from Italy, and when she made her gravy, right, she would put the mushrooms in there. She'd put the garlic. She'd do the sausages. She'd do
That's
the
okay.
meatballs.
It's in the sauce.
You just
It
set
doesn't
up-
belong on the chicken parm
You
sandwich.
just set up my grandma and her gravy. Like, how am I supposed to argue with that? I can't, like,
And that's
I'm not
so-
supposed to get in a fight with your grandma right
So
now?
when we did the chicken palm, and she put the gravy over it, you know.
He had a sandwich name for himself, and
I
he
see.
made it himself, and it had chicken.
Like,
parm in
Look,
it.
if your grandma makes it with mushrooms and you love it, I'm going to take the same position as a well-done steak. Then it's delicious and you love it. It belongs
Well,
there.
no, it's because it's original, and all pastas should be done. Pasta and gravy should be done with ricotta
This
cheese
is a setup.
mixed in.
Did you guys
What's your favorite cheese?
Brought me in for a setup.
What's your favorite cheese?
Like in the world?
Yeah.
Goat.
Yeah, goat's
I actually
mine.
hate goat cheese.
What?
What?
Get out!
Hate
Get out
goat
now!
cheese.
No.
I
Get
know.
out now!
I'm persona non grata now.
Oh.
I know. I don't like it.
How do you feel about American cheese?
Love American cheese.
mozzarella.
Hold on.
God.
Even every time I make like a fancy grilled cheese, whether I'm consulting or whether I'm doing whatever, even if it's like super fancy, like truffle cheese, whatever, I will put American cheese in there because there's an expectation in American palates of what that American cheese does. So I'll do like the white American. You won't even know it's in there, but you're getting that thing that you need.
So you're saying this is revolutionary. A grilled cheese must have American cheese in it, or it's not a grilled cheese in America?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying a really good grilled cheese that hits that thing that you want with a grilled cheese should have a slice of American.
Shime, great guest.
Yes.
Yeah, good.
Thank you so much for
Thanks,
coming
guys.
in.
Yeah, this was
I mean,
awesome.
we could go back and forth because Greg is a food snob,
I'm not
who
a
knows
food
nothing
snob.
about.
Yeah.
No, I have a great
Not a
palate.
food
Local
snob. I'm a
food.
flavor snob.
Yeah, I'm a
Greg,
great-
though, food snob.
I'm not
Yes.
a food snob. I'm not.
Well,
I will eat
I
anywhere.
said my
and
favorite
anywhere.
app was mozzarella sticks,
not-
and you almost
I don't know if we can
kicked
call
me
the
off.
guy
Courtney,
who
we have a
puts
giant mozzarella
extra
stick at
mayo
our
and
fondant.
butter
Do you know that?
on a sub.
It's this
Snob.
big on the plate. Like it's a giant mozzarella stick.
That I will be
I
coming
know it will
for.
be this weekend.
Yes.
Yeah. So your restaurants,
Yes.
plug them all.
Orfano in the Fenway, high-end Italian American, Sweet Cheeks Barbecue in the Fenway. We are redoing Tiger into another concept this summer. Fool's
Ooh,
Errand,
another
our
concept.
bar. Yep. And then we have 3 restaurants just open in High Street Place. Tenderoni's, which is kind of late 70s, early 80s style pizza and grinders. Dive Bar, Raw Bar, and then Bubble Bath is champagne, hot dogs, and popcorn.
What's the high-end Italian
hold
one?
on. You brought up hot dogs. There is one final food question on this
Orfano
show
is
that
the
must be
high-end
solved.
Italian.
And we can ask it in the form of Nick's question to Tuukka Rask.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Oh, no, it's a hot dog.
It's not a sandwich. A
not
hot
a
dog
sandwich.
is not a sandwich.
It's a hot dog.
Okay.
It belongs in a glorious category all to its own.
Is a wrap a sandwich?
No, it's got to be in a spucky. I mean, a wrapper. That's
Bucky. I don't know. A wrap is a wrap. It's in the like if there's a larger sandwich category, sure, the wrap is in the sandwich. But hot dogs live singularly alone
I
in
gotta
their
go
perfectness.
to your Italian restaurant.
I want to go
Yes,
to Bubble
You do
Bath.
chicken palm there, right?
we have chicken palm on the menu.
All right.
What type of popcorn is at Bubble Bath?
Different flavors on top of the popcorn all the time. Do little shakes on top.
All right. Listen, thank you so much
Yes.
for coming.
Thanks for
Thank you
having
so
me,
much.
guys. This
Shime,
is
good
great.
get.
Great
Good job.
job.
Hey,
gonna
thank
finish
you.
this.
Really good
Intro
get.
was huge. I got
Really-
juicy. I got like all
Really
the
good
winning
get.
stuff.
I got to give it to Shime on 5 questions.
Yeah.
Nailed
Pretty
it.
good
I
get.
figure we talk food literally all
Yeah,
the time,
I know,
and she's
I know.
like one
It's
of the
a
best
really-
in the city to do this
And,
ever.
and
so
people
there you
who
go.
can do it like really well, you admire them so much. Like really, honestly.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, Tiffany, great to meet you.
Yes.
Thank you
Nice
very
to
much.
meet you all. It's been